World Health Organization head now privately blames Chinese lab for coronavirus pandemic. Welcome to the club. You finally started admitting the truth, even though he won't admit it publicly. We all know where this virus came from. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here, and a link to my merch store. All right, let's talk about this news. The Director General of the World Health Organization, WHO, reportedly believes that the coronavirus pandemic originated from a leak in a Chinese laboratory back in late 2019. And I've reported on this numerous times, done a bunch of it, talked about it a lot on my Patreon as well. But the Mail, a British newspaper, reported that Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, however you pronounce his name, let's just call him G, privately believes the COVID pandemic started following a leak from a Chinese laboratory. According to a top government official, quote, while publicly the group maintains that all hypotheses remain on the table about the origins of the stupid 19, the sources said Tedros, director of director general of the World Health Organization, had recently confided to a senior European politician that the most likely explanation was a catastrophic accident at a laboratory in Wuhan where the infections first spread in late 2019. Although I don't really believe it was an accident. I think it was on purpose. I mean, it was like the perfect storm if you think about it to try to get Trump out of office because his poll numbers was ridiculous. He was slated to win again, and then all of a sudden this pandemic hit. But Tedros recently told member nations that the WHO does, quote, not yet have the answers as to where it came from or how it entered the human population, and that it was, quote, morally important to determine its origin. Tedros said countries, including China, needed to share data, and the WHO needed transparency and without interference from any government. But we know that's not happening. China's not being transparent. A WHO spokesperson said Dr. Tedros has been consistently saying that all hypotheses remain on the table as scientists pursue their work. The stupid 19 pandemic, which has caused trillions of dollars in damage to the global economy and killed an estimated 15 million people, broke out sometime in late 2019. However, an exact timeline of events has never been established due to China's resisting international pressure for an investigation inside the country. I don't know how they get away with it, with being so closed off like this. But 3 researchers from the Wuhan Institute of Virology's China-only biosafety level 4 laboratory were hospitalized in November 2019 with symptoms consistent with stupid 19, according to a previously undisclosed U.S. intelligence report that was released last year. And I did a whole video on that on my old channel. You should be able to find it on Odyssey if you look up Democratic Republics on Odyssey. But, quote, the details of the reporting go beyond a State Department fact sheet issued during the final days of the Trump administration, which said that several researchers at the lab, a center for the study of the stupid 19, and other pathogens became sick in autumn 2019 with symptoms consistent with both stupid 19 and common seasonal illness. The Wall Street Journal reported November 2019 is roughly when many epidemiologists and virologists believes the virus behind the pandemic first began circulating around the central Chinese city of Wuhan, where Beijing says that the first confirmed case was a man who fell ill in December 2019. A panel of experts told a congressional subcommittee last year that they believe that the pandemic originated from a leak at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. And the Daily Wire reported at the time that all 4 of the experts, which included Dr. David Asher, senior fellow at Hudson Institute, Dr. Richard Muller, emeritus professor of physics at the University of California, Berkeley, and David Stephen Kay, founder of Atusa Therapeutics, answered yes when asked if the virus, the SARS-CoV-2 virus that causes stupid 19 started in the Wuhan lab. So, I mean, all the experts are saying it started there. But as the Daily Wire previously reported, U.S. officials have indicated that they believe that China intentionally underreported their true numbers by at least a factor of 50. British officials reportedly told Prime Minister Boris Johnson early in the pandemic that China have underreported their numbers by a factor of 15 to 40 times. The Washington Post reported in April 2020 that evidence coming out of the Wuhan suggests that the real death count was over 40,000, which comes as China still claims that it only has a little over 4,600 deaths total nationwide. I mean, no one believes that. You got a billion people in your country. You telling me you only have 4,600 total deaths? That makes absolutely no sense. A conservative estimate in April 2020 from the American Enterprise Institute, AEI, which gave China every benefit of the doubt when coming up with their calculations, and then some, suggested that China severely and deliberately underreported their numbers, and that China's true number at the time would be at least 2.9 million infections with well over 100,000 deaths. So we can't believe really nothing that's coming out of China. I don't think we ever gonna really find the answers, but let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, and check out themarcopublics.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.